Okay, okay. So, we'll start now, and please let everyone prepare their questions. So we just take the questions immediately after Mr. Richards is done teaching. So, sir, you can begin the second lap.
All right. So I think my face is not showing properly. Okay. So I stopped that if you don't have values, values are always important. Values are always important when you are as a newbie. You understand? As a newbie, values are always important. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. I mean, if you are not known for a particular something, people are going to be confused on what to call you in their mind. People are going to be confused on what they're going to say. Oh, they're introducing you and they don't know, they can't attribute one thing to you. That's going to be very, very difficult because as a newbie, it's important for you to have something to tie to have something because you are not established. You are just coming into the scene. People need to know that this person is for this. And then probably gradually as you progress, you can diversify into something. But coming into the industry as a first person, as a newbie, you need to be known for something. You need to have the idea that, oh, this is what I want to be known for, and then it becomes easier for you. Carve a niche for yourself. Let you, I mean, you enter, there are a lot of people doing different things. So you carve a niche for yourself. You carve, okay, this is what I want to focus on. This is what I want to be doing. This person is doing something like this, all well and good, but this is what I want to be doing. That is where your innovation and creativity will now come in. Be consistent, you're consistent, you have a plan, and then you're telling a story, you're selling an idea to people, and then they're buying it and you're going. That is the way a newbie, you understand, a newbie has to be hungry. You have to be hungry. You have to, I mean, you can't be waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning. No. Your mates in other world are probably in another country, in other continents are probably awake. They're already 5 hours or 3 hours into their day. You can wake up as early as 5 a.m. Your mates are still sleeping, but you've already started your day. You probably start by watching a video about something. You understand? You read, you write. Five to seven. That's 2 hours already, and then you started achieving something before you start your normal day or before you start going to class, you start preparing. That is the way it works. You have to be hungry. As a newbie, you can't just be there and then you're not doing anything. You're waking up at 9 a.m. You're sleeping at 7 p.m. Why are you sleeping at 7 p.m.? Please, why? I mean, why? Just why would you be sleeping at 7 p.m.? It baffles me when I want to talk to some people and then by 7 p.m. they said they've slept. And I'm like, wow. I mean, it's fine. Sleeping by 7 p.m., yes, it's fine. But you remember that as you're going to bed, some of your colleagues are still awake. Some of your colleagues are still grinding, but you've gone to sleep by 7 p.m. I mean, it doesn't show any dedication by going to bed by 7 p.m. So in addition to staying hungry, you have to be dedicated. So dedication and consistency works together. Sometimes you won't feel like it, but you have to do it. You won't always feel like it. Trust me. You won't always feel like doing it. You won't always feel like getting up in the morning. But you have to do it. Why? Because you have a goal in mind. You have an end goal in mind. As a newbie, you are going hungry. You are staying hungry. You are going after something. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Wake up early. Right now, most times I wake up. Sometimes I can sleep by 1 a.m. and then by 6 a.m., by 5 a.m., I'm already awake because I have to be at work by 8:30. So I need to be able to do all what I can do before that time. So by 5 o'clock, I'm already awake. My day has started already. So it will be as if I never even went to bed. I mean, so I don't see it as I don't see my day as night and day. I see it as a trend. So I can sleep one, I wake up by 3 o'clock, and then I'm doing what I need to do, preparing for the next day, preparing for the next week. That is the way you should see it. Don't see it as, oh, I want to go and rest. Don't see, I've never, so in the last 3 years, I've never really had a weekend. I work Sunday to Sunday. That is how I work in my office. I work Sunday to Sunday. Today, as a story like this, I've worked. I've done something for a client. I've done something. I've jumped on the call with a client. Yesterday, the same thing. So, I mean, you shouldn't be someone that is, oh, weekend is here, I can rest. Yes, you can rest. You can take time to, I mean, I'm big on taking time out to relax. I mean, get yourself together. But there are no days off, basically. Because the people that you're competing against, the people you're competing with, they are not going on break. They are not going on a break at all. So why should you be going on a break as on a weekend? You're saying, oh, you are doing this. You're saying, oh, we don't sell on weekends. We don't attend to clients on weekend. If you don't attend to clients on weekend, the people that will attend to them will attend to them, and then they will take your clients away from you. That is just the way it works. Because when your clients need something on a Saturday and you say, sorry, we are sorry, we don't take a client, someone else will see and attend to the need and pay. They've gotten the client and that's it. There's nothing you can do about it. So don't be that person that will go, don't be that newbie that will go on a break on a weekend and say, I'm chilling, I'm not doing anything. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to stay hungry. You have to wake up early. A business person, it baffled me when I got to Abuja, and then I saw that people close early in Abuja. It baffled me. It baffled me that, oh, by 7 p.m., by 6 p.m., people are already closing their shops in Abuja. I'm like, whoa. In Lagos, where I was coming from, I mean, it's just it's amazing that as late as 12 a.m. you will see people still selling in Ikeja. You see people still, you know, doing all sorts. But me coming to Abuja and seeing, I'm like, oh wow, these people are just, I mean, but that's just the way Abuja is. You understand? That is the way Abuja is. And then another thing I will always use is, as I said, in telling your story, is make it like a dialogue. In telling your story, in posting captions on social media, you can make it a dialogue whereby it will be as if you're relating with someone else. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I thought it was only in Ibadan. Yes, in as much as security things, but then still, it's still just, I don't know. People in Abuja are just so slow. I'm not used to being slow. I'm not. Fast, fast, fast. I mean, I enjoy that there's no traffic in Abuja. I love it so much. Within 10 minutes, I will get to my office and that's it. But as a newbie, you shouldn't be waking up late. I mean, by 6 a.m., 5 a.m., you should already be awake, doing what you need to do before you even step out. That is the way it works. You understand? And then another thing I will always say is, the mistake people will always do is they always try to read their story. Practice whatever it takes to tell your story. Don't read it. Nobody's looking for perfection. They want to hear that story. So in telling your story, practice it enough that you can easily say it without having to look at your book with that, you're at an event and then you're reading it like, oh, this is what this person has done, and you're reading it, I'm this slow. You're going to bore people like that. Stories grab attention. Stories inspire people. Tell it. Tell it. Speak directly to them and get them to learn. Get them to hear you, not just by reading it. And you understand, just doing what you're doing and all that. You get. So again, on social media, one other thing that would always sell more than anything is your personal stories. Telling your personal stories. When you attach your personal stories to the business you do, to what you do, people would relate to it more. As a way to tell your personal stories, number one, discuss a difficult time in your life and how you overcame it. It sells. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Stories grab attention. Yes, discuss a difficult time in your life and how you were able to overcome it. I mean, that way people are going to love it. I mean, and then number two, talk about a funny moment that changed the way you think and feel about something. See the way I started. I told you a story about how I have H factor, and then I learned how to use another word to. That is the way it works. My accent when I first left Ilorin was, Facebook. I was saying Facebook. You understand? So those are little things that, I mean, I got embarrassed. It was a time I was talking with my colleagues, and then I said something they couldn't understand. So my boss, who grew up in Ilorin as well, you understand, who grew up in Ilorin, understood what I was trying to say, and then everybody started laughing. But it changed my ideology. I mean, I was corrected, but it changed my idea of how to say that particular word. And since then, trust me, I've never made a mistake. Number 3, share something you learned during your career that changed the trajectory of your gifts. Remember, I told you one of the first projects I worked on, one of the first major projects I worked on was Adekunle Gold's album, Gold, the first album. I worked on it. We devised a plan in the group that, okay, I'm going to ask him that I think I've forgotten one song he sang for Simi. I've forgotten it now. He sang it for Simi, and then I asked him, we know that, oh, this is the song he sang for Simi. And I asked him on Twitter, Adekunle Gold, how far this song where you sing like this, is it for Simi or no? Then he replied and said, oh, this is actually for Simi. And he listed our names and everything. And then from there, blogs picked it up and said, like, Adekunle Gold wrote a song for Simi. That was the story. You understand? We shared something. You understand? That way we were able to sell something to people, and then that changed. That was how the trajectory of my skills. That is how it started. I found out I can tell stories with memes. People started sharing it. They love it. They can relate to it. They laugh and all that. So I realized I can actually translate it to businesses. I mean, the trending one now is the what's it called? Squid Game. There are different ways I can easily sell Squid Game for different brands right now. That particular time, it changed my trajectory. It changed how I see things. And then another thing is talk about how learning from the best mentors around you launched your career. I studied people. I mean, I studied George a lot. I mean, it will be as if I do the things he does, because whatever he's doing is working. So I mean, learning from him has become easy for me. So you see me always at his heels. I mean, so many things. People don't see in failing, tell people the truth. Don't lie to people that bros, how did you get here? Now you're like, it's by the grace of God, though. No. How exactly did you get there? Is it your dedication? Is it your diligence? Is it you reading? The plans, the things you did that got you there is not just by grace. Yes, I'm sorry I'm putting this, I'm a Christian, yes, also I would probably say, the Bible says faith without work is dead. Yes, you have faith, but what are you using to back up that faith? What steps are you taking to ensure that what you're doing is working? Are you learning something every day? Are you reading? Or you're watching BBN every day, all day, watching people sleeping? Yes, it was either Oriente. I mean, I think it was Oriente. So are you watching BBN all day? Are you watching movies all day and then you're doing nothing? When telling your failure story, tell it and show them that, see, everything is not perfect. You will fail. Events that would happen that then it would demoralize you and be like, oh. And then always find and share deep moments that defined who you are, that defined what you want to be, that defined who you are today. Stories touch away. I mean, of course, these examples are not a comprehensive list of options you can use to tell your stories, but these are things that have worked for me. These are things that I've seen work for people and then I've learned. That is the way to sell your story. You understand? I'll go over this again. Number 1, discuss difficult time in your life and how you overcame it. That particular stumbling block you had to overcome before you got where you are. Talk about a funny moment that changed the way you think about something. Yes, people would always want to relate to that because they can relate to it, because we are humans. So when you're real with them, they connect with you more. Share something you learned during your career that changed the trajectory of your gift. Talk about your mentors, what you've learned from them, and how better you're becoming by learning from them. Tell them how you failed. Be real with them. Tell them how you failed. Share and find deep moments that define you, share with them, moments that defined you, a turning point in your life. That, oh, it was at this point I realized that this and this would stop happening. It was at this point I realized I made up my mind that I would never be broke again. It was at this point that I made determination that I will never make a mistake in spelling this thing. I will never make a mistake in doing this thing again. A defining moment in your life. So I believe with these few points of mine, I have been able to convince you and not confuse you about telling your story as a newbie in the industry. So if you have any questions, shoot, I would love to answer them. Hello, can anybody still hear me? Or we don't have any question? Of course, we should have questions, please.
Thank
Yes.
you so much, sir. Okay.
Can you hear me from your end?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay. I'll leave Olaronke to handle the rest of the session.
All right.
All right. Thank
Olaronke,
you
are
so
you
much.
there?
Yes, I am. I'm here. Thank you so much, sir. Thank
Okay.
you, Mr.
You're welcome.
Aditotu. Can we start dropping our questions, leaders? I have a question, please.
Go ahead, please.
Ask. Okay. My question is it advisable for a newbie to jump on trends,
Of
especially
course,
social
yes.
media? But
Yes,
how
it
would you
is.
advise the newbie to navigate it, seeing that trends come and go, and so that the person doesn't come off as unstable?
That's a very
Do you
good
understand my
question. You understand? Yes, I get. So it's what I've always told people, and I've always told my clients, is it is not every trend you have to jump on. Trends that don't align with your values, you don't have to jump on it. Trends that don't align with what you believe in, you don't have to jump on it. But there are reasonable trends you can jump on. I mean, take for example, I don't know if you know anything about this Squid Game that is going on. There's one guy that was holding another guy from falling. That could be a meme. You can say, oh, me, you could be, you're a stylist. You could say me holding you from making a fashion mistake, stopping you from making a fashion mistake. That is you jumping on a trend. You understand? It could be,
Yeah.
you understand? So that way it's you make it relatable to what you do. And if you find that, oh, you cannot make it relatable to what you do, it's okay not to jump on a trend. And it's not every trend you have to jump on. It's not every trend I jump on. Some of my clients will message me, let's do this. I'll say, okay, and then I will not do it. Why? Because it doesn't relate to what they are doing. You don't have to jump on that trend at that particular time. You can jump on trends, but it's not every trend you should jump on. You should always relate it. You don't have to be in jumping on trends. There are things to note out for. Don't be tone deaf. You should always read the room. Don't be tone deaf. There was a time, I think, Mocha Foam, I've forgotten now, they jumped on a trend and then it backfired. A case in point is you can study Sterling Bank. Sterling Bank have successfully jumped on trends over and over again. Check their social media page. You will learn enough from them. I hope I've been able to answer your question.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir.
All right, you're welcome. So Garuba is asking, I often see people write a book after they are through with leadership position. Is this also a form of storytelling? Yes. If you look at Obama wrote a book after he left office. After Obama wrote, his wife wrote. It is a way to stay in the news cycle. It is a way to stay. I mean, just of I think about 6 or 7 months ago, the official photographer for Obama wrote a book as well. He was in White House. He was an official photographer for the White House for about 10 years or so. He wrote a book and then it was converted into a movie. It is a way to stay into the cycle. I mean, there are things you would always need to say so that people can see that, oh, this is the reason why you're doing this. People write books, after a leadership position just to tell a story, to stay in the news cycle, to get people thinking their ideology, to sell their ideology, to sell their idea. You would see that when on Becoming, I think was it Obama's wife, she wrote a book and everybody was talking about it. Everybody was reading about it. I mean, and then for another 4 months, you would do a book tour, you would do a press tour. You understand that kind of thing. That is the way it works. That is the way it works. You leave a position of leadership to write a story, to sell an idea. You understand? Obama released a book, A Promised Land, in 2020. I mean, that is one. People have always been doing that. It has always been working. Why not stick to it? I hope I was able to answer your question, Garba. Any other question? Any other question? So I think there are no other questions. Yes.
Okay. Can you hear me, sir? I'm experiencing network.
Yes, I can hear you.
Issues. So
All right.
I believe there are no questions for now. So we deeply appreciate it for this session tonight. I'm really amazed.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having
I
me.
knew,
It's an honor.
I knew you were loaded, but not to that extent. So overwhelmed actually. That's just,
Thank you so much. It's an
you
honor.
showing us your face. Yes, yes, yes. So let's just answer this last question, please, leaders. This will be the last question.
All right, Oluwashio, say you're writing for your brand. Okay, all right. Say you're writing for your brand. How do you connect this ideology about storytelling into that? Simple. You find a way, whatever the brand values of that person, the brand value of that client, you tell it, you showcase it. Let's say, for example, let me think now. I'll use Sterling Bank, for example. Sterling Bank is doing a storytelling. So the brand values with what their content, the brand value for Sterling Bank, what I can do this is they are funny, they are for the youths, and then you understand, they like trouble, they like wahala. So you see them, they started Bank Wars a few months ago. I think that was last year, 2020 or 2019, I can't remember. They did Bank Wars. I mean, you understand, from time to time, they throw shades and then they jump on trends. They are fun. They want you to see that in as much as they're financial institution, they want to, connect with you through this storytelling that they do, by their memes, by their type of funny content and all that. Take, for example, UBA. UBA is trying to come out as, a thought leader, a sage. So you see their content, their pictures are always looking sharp, looking nice. The way they write their caption is they're trying to tell you that, oh, we have this so and so staff. They like working with us. And then take, for example, Rage. The way I would tell the story of Rage in captions will show you that, oh, we are fun-loving people. In as much as we work, we are young. We like fun. We work hard. That is the way I would tell the story of, you understand, Rage. That's the way I tell the story of Rage. And then take, for example, if you're into real estate, you look at the real estate. So you can divide the real estate industry into like, there are real estates that are for the middle class. There are real estate that are luxury, that are for the, you understand, the top guys. And then there are real estate that are for the medium class. So let's say, for example, you pick a real estate and you say the real estate company is going to sell for families, people that are looking for homes for their families. They want to settle down. They are looking for homes. So the kind of homes you're going to be selling are going to be duplexes, are going to be, you understand, that kind of thing. They're going to be bungalows because those are family-oriented houses. And then for luxury apartments and all that, you'll be selling terraces, you'll be selling, apartments, luxury apartments and all that for luxury homes. So your communication is going to be different. The words are going to be, so for a family-centric, centered real estate, the words like safe, words like, you understand, security, words like 24-hour electricity, you understand, words like CCTV camera, words like playground would attract family-oriented people, because those are the things they want. They are not getting the home for themselves. They are getting the home for their children. So safe is a word that they want to hear. Security is what they want to hear. Light is what they want to hear. You understand? Playground is what they want to hear. A fenced apartment, a fenced house is what they want to hear. Quality is what they want to hear. I don't know if I've been able to answer your question, Oluwaseun. So that is the way for real estate. For that is the way you sell it. So you infuse those words into your communications daily. And then before you know it, you'll be getting calls from family people that, oh, I learned you have a safe environment for my children. Can I come and take a look? Oh, I learned there are CCTV cameras in your home. You understand? What are the corners? I'm glad I was able to answer your question. Thank you guys so much. It's been an amazing session. Thank you guys. I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you. Thank you so much. I'm honored.
I appreciate for doing it free of charge. I knew if we were to pay you, you'd be running into millions. Thank you very much. So, leaders, you can always connect with Mr. Richards on IG. I know he's very, very active on IG. And Mr. Richards, I love the way, because I got to know the lion before yourself, and I love the way you guys have been attached. One day, I'm definitely I'll
Thank you
meet you
so
in person.
much.
Lion. Yes.
No
So I
problem.
really love the way we are connected. I see your comments. I see you. I really love the way you are your job at the rate. I just love your person. No open, as I said
Thank you
before,
so much. I'm honored. Thank you so much.
Richard. Yes, you can follow Mr. Richards on IG. I think Ade.Richards. Yeah.
Yes,
Ade.Richards.
and if you search
Yes, you
Ade Richards, it will pop up as well. It will pop up.
awesome. So thank you very much.
Right.
We'll then get
Thank you
forth.
guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Have a great night.
All right. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for the kind words, and you too. Bye.